sense because that would be about when I started my last year of school and things went nightmare mode. There should be background music playing right now, question mark. I don't have it on. Tell me if it's too loud. I'm gonna open up Spotify here. Oh, the crop's all fucked up. I haven't fixed that. Oh, it's because my Spotify window's a different size than it usually is. There we go. I don't have a playlist on. This was just the last thing I was listening to. Did you know, Me and Girl by Dowco are on Spotify. You just have to listen to them in individual parts. This what I have up here is one of the parts of Girl, I believe. Let me put on this playlist. This is my safe for work playlist, I guess. BGM off. Music on. Okay, let's see if it actually works. I had to upgrade so much. Why is it? That song is not in this playlist. Maybe it is, but it shouldn't be at the top of the playlist. Whatever. Okay. Music. Okay, the music thing is going. I don't know why it's at the top of the playlist. It shouldn't be. Okay, that's normal shuffle? That better be normal shuffle. And hopefully I do have it set up properly. I remember one of the last times I did a stream using music, the VOD is saved with the music, and it ruined the VOD. I was kind of mad about that. I think that was another thing that like put me off, is that one experience was really bad for me. No more complaining though. I'm sorry. I have a few art pieces that I want to work on. They're not my assets. I don't feel like working on my assets right now. I have I can show you what assets I have to work on. I have this. We have a new icon that's sketched out. Get a little preview of the outfit update. Hold on, it's a little loud for me. Again, just let me know if I need to adjust volume or anything. I can't tell. So small sneak peek of the outfit update. New icon. That's what I have. Don't save, I just made it. And then I have another small sneak peek of the outfit update for y'all. Sorry, every time I look at the face, I keep thinking of hold on. I need to show you the exact sprite that I'm thinking of. Where it looks the same to me. Every time I look at it, this is the same face. But yeah, that's the asset updates I have for y'all. This is called Live 2D, maybe, because I still don't know if I want to do Live 2D. I'm still gonna try to make a 3D model. I just Vroid is a nightmare to work with. But Live 2D is also a nightmare to work with, so it's really just pick your poison. Anyways, I posted onto socials like what works I'm wanting to work on right now. We're gonna do this one's for Rake How Week. I need to note I'm doing this. This will not be the sketch. This is me trying to figure out perspective and shit with my own style. So I'm half tracing this. I will redraw it in a better, like, this is just me trying to get the angles. That's the wrong layer, that's why. Why do I feel like my pen's not working normally? There we go. Drawing Kowdu from memory is really bad for me. Every time I try to draw Kowdu from memory, it's, he gets really close to Alba territory, that's why. I just need to... Yeah, this is just me getting, like, how to draw it in my style correctly, while also making sure the anatomy is more normal, I guess. Speaking of OnStars, I need... Oh, it won't... hold on, I gotta do it like this. It won't update the thing if it's not up, apparently. I should also note, I am in the, Spica Discord, call, just no one's home right now, I think. I'm home, because I'm unemployed now. That's an update I can give y'all. I didn't quit. I wasn't fired. I was just laid off. The mall that I had been working at, I still don't know if I want to say exactly where I was working. I've had the same job. If I talked about the job in the past streams, that's the same job. Retail department store. The mall that this department store is at, was bought by some new people, and these new people want to turn our little mountain town. Oh, I just realized it is still... Is it stuck? Okay, I don't know. Our little mountain town, they want to give us a strip mall. I should note that we get like so much snow in the winter. They want to make it a strip mall. I don't like... This is because I'm drawing him from memory. It'll be better if I don't draw him from memory. But... Can I... Hold on. Because I want to be able to see slightly more stats. Does that fuck up the crop on... It does. Come here, Spoofy. There we go. Spotify is also updated since the last time I did an art stream. There. Now I can see how many viewers I have. What was I saying? Yeah, they want to turn it into a strip mall. And in their process of turning our mall into a strip mall, they have to tear down a lot of it. And the part of the mall that I worked at was like a little, it jutted out from the mall. And they wanted to turn that space into parking. Not all the stores in the mall got kicked out. Some of them just got relocated for the time being while they do renovations. My store did. We got kicked out. We were told in February that we would be closing, and then literally like a week or so after like I got the news, we started the closing sales, which sucked because we did not close until May. I'm not too worried about this. That I'm not too worried about. Let's see. Oh, neck here is weird. Let's see. I might be able to work with this. Let's see. Kigasete, kigasete. How do I want to go about this? I think what I'll do is move this here. Okay, let's see. Let's see if we can do this. I had to do this, because I'm not, my problem is I can't draw kissing. It's something I just never really practice. I had to do this with a recent picture too. This is already the wrong angle. So yeah, anyways, I lost my job. Sorry, I forgot. I got distracted. I lost my job. We closed at the end of May. I graduated college at the beginning of May. And I have been just existing since. This is the wrong angle already. I have been job hunting. It hasn't been going well. There's not really a lot of jobs open in my area. And I can't drive yet. I am in driving school though, so I will be learning to drive very soon. I just have to do 30 hours of online courses first. Which is funny because it's like these courses are very much like intended for like high schoolers to be taking them, or even like because I think the law in my state is you can be 14 to learn how to drive. So it's clearly like made for like 14 to 18-year-olds that are learning to drive. I'm not in high school anymore. So it's like, oh, you're a teenager. Like I was doing some lessons today. It was like, you're a teenager, and that means you are more susceptible to being peer pressured into drinking. And I'm like, nah. But yeah, I can't drive, so I can't get jobs that are out of my town right now. If I get a job, it has to be something in town, so it's like a relative can take me. Which sucks because yeah, there's just no jobs in town for me. This is already looking better. I think it's because it's not as traced. Sorry, I gotta crack my fingers. But yeah, job hunting. None in town. Several, a town over though that I just can't access. So yeah, I gotta learn how to drive. The shoulder here is weird. I'm gonna just slightly adjust the pose here. He kind of looks like a Final Fantasy character here. That's maybe I'm like channeling my Thancred abilities. I don't know how much that'll help me. I just like how this looks so much better. Oh, and I graduation, I can talk about that too. I graduated with a bachelor's of fine arts. I went one extra year because if I did that, I was able to get the fine arts degree instead of just the regular arts degree. Um, so that's awesome. Uh, where I live, that degree basically means nothing. It means I completed college. That's what that means. Um, but I finished college, and that's what matters, you know. Um, and I'm so glad to be out of college. I was getting you go to school for most of your life, and you get sick of it. And I didn't take like a gap year. I just took a gap. I call it a gap semester because I had to repeat a year of high school because of life situations. And so I didn't get a full year off before I started college. I dogs are barking. I only got spring semester off, and then I had summer break. I didn't draw a year over here. And then I just went to college for like 6 years straight. I didn't uh I didn't take any time off during COVID when I really should have, especially like spring 2021. I definitely should have just taken that semester off, but I didn't. Um I don't know what that angle. Yeah, that's right. It's like this. I worked through the pain that was COVID. Um and I only started doing the art classes in like the last 3 years or so. I'm just being a complainer right now. That's I graduated. I'm out of that. Um, maybe one day I will go back and get finish my minor, turn it like get a degree in psychology for real, like I originally intended. Um, oh, the anatomy's getting fucked up here. There's like a pillow. How's she laying on the pillow? Turn this shit off. I also might go back um relatively soon. I'm not going back this semester. Fuck that. Relatively soon. Uh, to maybe get a teaching license or teaching degree because you need a degree to do certain teaching jobs, obviously. And teaching would not ideal, but it offers more opportunity. My problem is I just don't like kids. Before I lost my job, though, like, because everyone would start talking to each other about like what they're going to do afterwards. Um, because a lot of us had been working there for years. I wasn't the oldest employee there, but I was one of the oldest. Um, with the most recent having been hired like just this last December, like holiday. Um, and one of there was like an old lady who joined during this last holiday season, who she was concerned about me. She was a very nice lady. She was concerned about me because like I'm disabled. I was openly disabled at work. I would use my cane on the floor and everything. And she was concerned about what I would be able to do. Because there just wasn't a lot of jobs on the market, especially in this area, as I stated. And she asked me about teaching, and because like that's obviously, if you have an art degree, one of the like easiest fucking things you can do is just teach it. And I explained to her that you need like I've looked at high schools and stuff, and they need even middle schools. Like I don't think I'd mind middle school. Even middle schools need a degree in teaching, at least around here. I don't know how nationwide that is. And she looked into it. In substitute teaching, you don't. So if I really need to, I'm sure I can look into substitute teaching this school year. I don't want to. Like, teaching is, a fail-safe almost, you know? Okay, because I didn't figure out... maybe I should have. Okay, so I have to... Do I want... Sorry, I like the smiles. I like the smiles. I like when they're happy. So that means this would go in just a little further. And she got teeth. She got teeth. Oh, this is a weird angle for the eyes. When was the last time I drew Ray? Oh, I have an OnStars folder, that's right. What was the last Ray drawing I did? Oh, was it really this one? Okay, hold on. Fun fact, this is like the first full picture I finished on Procreate, because I got an iPad. I don't think I've streamed since I got that iPad. I got it so that way I could do digital art while I was at school, and it was a lifesaver this semester. I am very glad I did that. Because I was taking some more digital classes this last semester, and having access to digital art while I was on campus was great, because Mondays and Wednesdays, I was on campus from noon to 8 p.m. So I really needed to have access to digital art somehow. I even tried out like Clip on the iPad. Oh, I loved that. I think I might have liked it more than Clip on desktop. The only downside is Clip on iPad is subscription based only. Okay, her eyelashes are going up, but I don't like that. But yeah, I this last semester my two digital classes, one was literally like digital media, um, and the other it was an experimental course. It was called narrative illustration, and the concept was to get like experience in making comics or like children's books, like something that uses art to make a book, you know. Okay, that looks better. Oops. And so I'm not great at comics, but I did it because I wanted to, and I thought it would be really good to have a comic for my graduating show, because I had to put on an art exhibit for graduation. Um, because like storytelling is what I want to do, and so having that was a really good thing to add to my portfolio. How am I gonna translate? This is it's not tilted up high enough. That's the problem. So I did a 17-page comic, um, which you can find on Itch right now. It's also on my Ko-fi, which is a little easier to access right now, because my Ko-fi is linked in my about boxes. Um, it's free. You can download it. You can also give me money if you want, but you don't have to. It's free. Um, it was originally planned to be 20 pages. I managed to work it down to 19 pages, and then I decided to cut that down even more because I was like, well, the 17-page mark actually has a good cutting off point. It's not the ideal cutting off point, but I can use it. And that is what I ended up doing. Is I just did that, and I have the extra pages. I'm gonna work on the extra pages eventually. I've started lining one of them. I just don't want to, because doing comics makes me want to pull my hair out. That was awful. I spent every waking hour working on that fucking comic. If I wasn't working on the comic, we had to do 10 pages a week in a sketchbook. So if I wasn't working directly on the comic, I was working on the sketchbook for that class. Dude, something's gone wrong here. That's why I got Clip on the iPad, actually, is to do that comic, because I wanted to use the Clip comic features. And I was like, I don't think this will translate to Procreate very well, and it did not. So I got Clip. Oh, I gotta stretch. Ah. Okay. I should add Marina's new album to this playlist. I haven't really touched this playlist in a minute. On top of graduating this last semester, I was also vice president of my college's fine arts club, and our president had actually stepped down this semester, so I was helping a lot with a lot of the club activities, way more than I had before, because I was the only one who could do a lot of the stuff, and I also had to help the new president start getting used to it. So that was also on top of everything else I was doing. Another thing that I did this last semester that was driving me nuts, this one wasn't as bad. I willingly chose to do this because I knew it wasn't going to be that bad. It was, let's see. I'll just open it up. It's not going to be in that folder. Hold on. I went to go into it, and then I was like, wait, it's not in that folder. I know that. Did I not save it on the computer? Is it only on my iPad? I thought I saved it on the... No. I know where it's at. It's in my thumbnail folder. I completely reanimated Float Play. Because the assignment was technically to do something that we had learned about in class. And one of the things we learned about in class was GIFs and how to make GIFs. So I was literally sitting there thinking, like, okay, what can I do for this final that won't kill me? I could have easily done something easier as a GIF, but I had like a thesis with this, I guess, of wanting to talk about Vocaloid and stuff. So Inabakumori. And I was getting really into Inabakumori at the time. Like, I hadn't really listened to them beforehand. So I got really into them. Float Play is one of the easiest MVs of theirs to recreate. And I'm glad I went with it. The lyrics, like, fit this character that I used. So that's why I picked it and that character. A burp. Excuse me. Losing my train of thought. Yeah, whole reanimated MV, which is on my I can get the link. So I was gonna say, if you know where I put my karaoke VODs, it's there, but I haven't streamed in so long. I'm not gonna expect everyone to know that. So I'll link it. Here is the Float Play MV if anyone wants to see it. Well, I also did a Utao cover with it. That was very last minute because I had the idea very early on. I was like, ooh, what if I did an Utao cover of it? And I could not find a UST of it. I'm no good at making USTs. So I didn't want to have to make my own, so I wasn't going to if I couldn't find a UST. But the problem was I was finding Utao covers of the song, but I wasn't finding the UST, and it was pissing me off. And literally, like, a week and a half before it was due, I found a UST, and so I like did a speed tuning. It wasn't that hard to tune, honestly. Um, Speed tuning, speed mixing. Got the Utauk part out of the way. Did not need to do it. I just wanted to, and it also kind of helped my little thesis. But that MV was really easy to work on because it's like Ina Bakamodi's songs have a very like sketchy style. What am I doing wrong, man? What am I... Starting over. If I can't get this, I do not mind fucking posting Raycow Week late. It's amazing I got a concept in mind for this to begin with. This came out so good. But I don't want to have to use it because it's technically traced. And then I'm gonna be real with you. After graduation, I just caught up on so much sleep. I did not do a lot of art. Yeah, I think I only really picked up doing art again in June. Like, I needed an extended break. I don't know how to get the angle on that. This should just be an easy side profile, but I'm struggling. I thought about streaming last month. I did. However, I had an instance where I was actually, I went and did this research conference in my state's capital. And it was like in the middle of the month. And I didn't want to, I like was going to stream starting the week before that conference. And then I was like, I'm not going to be here next week. I don't want to start streaming and then immediately fall out of that schedule. So I was going to do it after I got back. And then I was, Art Fight, my like Steam for Art Fight was starting to dwindle. And I was like, fuck, I'm going to just start in August. That's what I'll do. I'll start in August. As soon as, after Art Fight's done, then I'll get back into streaming. And currently the plan is I am going to force myself to get up earlier in the day so that way I can stream earlier in the day. So that way, when my friends and I are all on later in the day, we can keep playing 100 Line. We started playing 100 Line in May. We are still working on some of the endings. We're working on SETI fundamentals right now. But we took a month-long break for Art Fight because we're all freaks. We're all art machines. We gotta be drawing. We did play once during July. Because Jenna's the one playing for us. Jenna's the one playing and she's streaming it, and then we voice act the whole thing. Just for ourselves. We probably would have streamed it if we thought about it at the time, but we didn't. And now it's like too late to start streaming it. But yeah, we're working on 100 Line, but we're all only on at night, so I don't want to stream at night if I can help it, so that way we can play 100 line. Okay, hold on. This is coming out way better. Just restart. That's that. If it's coming out bad, just restart. And this is just a rough sketch, man. Ugh. Maybe I won't line it, and I'll just clean up the sketch like I was doing for Art Fight. Depends on how good the sketch comes out, of course. I'm literally I have OBS up on my main monitor, and so if you don't know my setup, I do have my tablet underneath my main monitor, and I have a much bigger tablet than the last time we spoke. My dad got me a very large tablet, and it's literally the same size as my monitor. It's very big. But I have OBS open up on that main monitor, and I'm literally using, because you know how it's good to like look away, or not look away, like step away from the art and look at it from afar so you know what you're doing wrong. I'm using that. I'm using the OBS screen to like adjust how it looks from afar. And it's working. My problem right now is that the lips aren't. What we're gonna do is we're gonna finish this rough sketch, and then I'm gonna move on. I've been fighting my sketches. Me and my sketches have not been getting along lately. That's why my preview for the stream on socials, the screenshot I took of like what works I'm wanting to work on, that's why they're all sketches, is because I've been literally in fights with all of them. Thank you. I haven't listened to this in a minute. It's on Project Sekai, but I already full comboed it on hard through masters, so I don't play it anymore. Okay, what is throwing me off that's different from the nose is wrong. Oh, I updated my clip. I was using clip 1.0 up until a few weeks ago. So me being able to drag that down, that was not something I could do before. It's awesome. I'm on clip 4.0 now. It's kind of looking wrong. There we go. That's better. merged the two layers. Ah, yeah. Revolving doors, revolving days. Okay, this is looking a little better. And the Beatles play. The nose isn't as pointy, but that's fine. He's Japanese. It's not supposed to. He doesn't need a pointy ass nose. I do draw it a little outward more. Can we pull the lips in a little bit? Does that look good? Yeah. Eastern table. But God only knew revolving days to revolving doors. Okay, now we can move them closer. I don't care if the noses are obscured. In fact, actually, I can I can tilt him up. Just a little bit more. Yeah, the noses are still... Let me adjust Cowder's nose. Cowder's facing forward and... do I have another recent Cowder I can reference, maybe? Question mark. Not really. Dad, let me stay home. What about this? We can talk, it's all good. I know Lorde has a new album out. I have not listened to it. I was hearing very mixed reactions to it, so I'm kind of scared too. Because I like Lorde. I always have. She's this album was this album is on my like list of albums that got me through homelessness. I remember one time Royals came on at work, and this older guy I worked with, he was like, I wonder what, you never hear about some one-hit wonders anymore. Like, where'd this girl go? And I went, she's still making music. He goes, oh, really? I was like, yeah. She released an album not that long ago, and I was referring to, Melodrama at the time. Which Melodrama is kind of old at this point, but... The eye is down too low. so scary getting old. I need to stop caring so much. This is a rough sketch. Divine. Because all the time I just spent on Ray's face, I'm gonna redo that. None of it felt more alone. Feels so scary getting old. I never felt more alone. Feels so scary getting old. I'm so used to Ray Cow Week being in November, so I knew they were doing it in August this year. It's just still caught me off guard. I'm still barely getting out of art fight mode. And laughing till our ribs get tired. I'll still probably draw something for Ray Cow birthdays though, because that's usually when Ray Cow Week is held. It's during their birthdays in November. I'd like to get at least one thing done. I barely caught Soma Week this year. That's how fucking... Cause I didn't even notice Soma Week was fucking happening until I started seeing people posting about it on Tumblr, and I was like, oh shit, is it Soma Week already? I got in one last minute Soma Week submission. The reason I missed it is because we were fucking playing 100 line every single day. I was a little preoccupied. And I ended up drawing 100 line AU, so... This isn't... I just need to get it done. I remember when this song came out. Yeah, you're old, but are you... by Circus P old? Are you... Are you Creepy Toast by, Circus P old? I kinda like this. Kinda. Okay, let me... It's not smiley enough for me. There we go. I need to look at his bangs. His bangs and the top of his head. I cannot draw them from memory to save my life. This can be a bit messy. The ideas are in bed. Anytime I try to draw Kaudu's bangs, or Kaudu's hair from memory, it ends up looking like Alba. like Albusaragaki. I like cannot do it. So I have to have a reference, and I have to look at it, and I have to follow it. Otherwise, we will get Albusaragaki. 100%. I have sketchbook pages to prove this. There was this post back when Yuri on Ice was coming out on how to like draw the characters in it. And on Yuri, they made a note just not too fluffy or you get John Egbert about his hair, and that's what I think every fucking time I draw Kowdo. I'm like, not too fluffy or you get Albusaragaki. It's because I'm incapable of drawing thin hair. I can only draw thick hair. I cannot. Kowdo always wants to give me problems. I'm a stitch away from making it, and a scar away, apart, blood cells pixelate, eyes dilate. Ray's hair, on the other hand, I can do whatever the fuck I want because I don't draw any other characters that look like this. I need to keep the foreheads intact. Oh, I need to. So, because I coughed, it reminded. Oh, hold on, I'm choking now. I did an allergy test in January. First off, funny circumstances around that because to do an allergy test, they like prick your skin, right? This I was made aware of. What I wasn't made aware of was that they also test like how severely allergic you are to something by like injecting you with the allergen. We were not told that part. We were told the prick. And I have a problem where if I get shots, especially if I have not eaten anything, if I have shots, I will pass out and convulse. Only for a few seconds. I'll come to very quickly. Usually we prepare for like shots and stuff by like making sure I ate beforehand. Make sure I'm like sitting down. Because we found this started happening after I got a flu shot at Walgreens when I was 13. And no, I was 12. I just remembered like timing. I was 12 at the time. And I got up from the seat after getting my vaccine, and I just went straight down. I had to go to like the ER because that had never happened before, and everyone was like, "What the fuck was that?" Really funny. So yeah, we prepare for that, and usually if I am like aware, I also just like completely look away, take my mind off of it. I'm not afraid of needles. I need to note. I'm afraid of passing out now. That's my fear. never been afraid of needles. It just started happening. I think like because my younger brother, he also ended up having the same problem. Um, I need to add something to the other side to make it look like he's got bangs. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna call a rough sketch there. So when I went in to do that allergy test, uh, I was fully aware of the little pricks that they did, and they do that like along your arm. Um, it was like along the lower arm were the pricks, and then on the upper arms were the injections. The injections took me by surprise, and I went, "This." I remember thinking, "This might end up being a problem," but I'm sitting down and I'm not getting up, so it should be fine. But I hadn't had anything to eat. And in specific, did not have any sugar in me, which is another thing. Usually, if I have these problems, we like bring lifesavers or like lollipops or something. I had no sugar in me. Um, they got 3 injections in it. I passed out, and they were like, "Okay, we'll just not do the injection part. We'll just guesstimate on how severe the allergies are." Scared the shit out of those people because they weren't expecting it. We weren't expecting it, so we couldn't warn. I remember getting lightheaded, going, "Okay, gotta lay my head back. No worries." And then I came to, and there were suddenly 3 more people in the room. They brought me a Sprite. But yeah, they just didn't finish doing the injections. So like how severe my allergies were are guesses. But I found out one of the reasons why I cough so much in my own room is because I'm allergic to the 2 trees that surround my house. Like we have a bunch of trees around our house and they're 2 types and I'm allergic to both of them. Funniest thing ever. So yeah, my coughing probably wouldn't be as bad if I didn't live around trees I'm allergic to. Which I kind of want to like fix, you know. We're gonna work on this. I had a note here because I'm doing a time lapse of this one. I'm gonna erase the note now. I was fighting with this for like so long. He will have clothes. Oh, I paused working on this because I had to download this. This art is ooh, how do I turn this around? I'll come back to that thought in a second. I have to figure out how to rotate this guy. I got a window open. You can't see it. Can I rotate the whole thing? Okay, you know what? Let's do it this way. I'm trying to think. Hold on. I gotta. Okay, it would be on the outside. So it would be like that. Like this, I think. Question mark? Question mark, exclamation point? I've never actually... That's a lie. I have used props. I mean, I have used propped 3D models. It's like freezing. Okay, what was I saying before? What was I talking about? Oh, I was gonna explain this art. This is, I started playing D&D. My friend, she invited me to her session, so I'm finally playing D&D. And this is my character. You might recognize them, because they are a pre-existing character of mine. I want to make sure I'm tilting it with the scabbard. If I'm popping right now, I would not be surprised. My computer doesn't very much like... Just a little more. Just a little more, and then we'll get away from the 3D models, I swear. Okay, let's move off of that layer. Immediately, like, so I don't know if I was popping. I wouldn't be surprised, because my audio, like what I was hearing, was like fizzling, and usually that means I'm popping. I don't know. Okay, let's do that. I'm gonna trace it first, I think. I'm also gonna open up. I want to look at their bow. Because I want to keep it kind of in the same, like, design sphere. I like that this one has like a seashell kind of thing, though. That's kind of fun. I just found like on the asset store, I just found a random rapier. Tell me if you saw struck a bit on the stardust. Because their bow kind of has these like Soul Eater, Spartoy swirls. Which I think was maybe the purpose, not the purpose, the idea, question mark. Anyone who listens to Dreamcatcher, how we feeling? How we feeling about what is most certainly a disbandment? They could surprise us. They could. But my experience with members leaving the company and going, "Oh, but we'll stay with the group," it has been not great. I haven't listened to this in a minute. And what are our thoughts on the Dreamcatcher subunit? I'm not sure if this is how you pronounce it. Uau? because it takes from like all of their names. What are our thoughts on wow, they sound like every K-pop group to me, and that's sad because I really liked Dreamcatcher because they didn't sound like every K-pop group. I don't think there's necessarily anything wrong with doing what's popular. However, I just don't like the sound. That's why I don't listen to a lot of K-pop, because the popular sound is not what I'm into. I liked that Dreamcatcher was more rock influenced. Um, was very sad to hear the news that most of the members were leaving. It was even more sad when UAO released the few songs they have and they sounded like normal K-pop. I say that as if this isn't one. I should also note that I know this song is Japanese. Please know I know this song's Japanese. I think this. I'm trying to remember if it was this song or a different song that they did for like an anime opening. I think it was a different song. This one I know for sure I'm not lining. I am not lining this. I'm just gonna make it clean and color it. It's just a reference image. It doesn't need to be fancy. You know, I made this swirly. What if I make it pointy? Spring of life, Hachikeru yo na, spring up, spring out, dance for joy, Hachimeru. This is the playlist I would play during the Fine Arts Club we would do every week an open studio where everyone could come like hang out and work on stuff. This is my playlist that for that. So it's my main playlist curated to not have killing yourself music in it. I allowed Fall Out Boy because that's my band. Spring up, spring out. I think Perfume has a new album. I haven't listened to it. I'm like an old school Perfume fan. That's why. Like, I'm gonna make the joke again. Yeah, you're old, but are you Computer City, Miku Miku Dance, Motion Data old? Or Dream Fighter, Motion Data, Miku Miku Dance old? I should look at what this part is again. Can I see it in the preview? Oh, okay, it's this. So this needs to be pointy. I was recently sick too, I should note. Not last week, the week before I was sick, and my body is still getting used to not being sick. I caught like a cold. Do I want to do anything fancy with the scabbard? I might put like a fancy like design on the side. What should I do for this part? I'm no good at weapon designing. I have to think. This would be metal. I'm gonna do some Googling. Hajime yo. Spring up, spring out. Bring OBS down to my drawing monitor. Rapier. What are some... no, that's fine. What are some, like, designs for these? Oh, here we go. Make sure that song's updating. I could do... that's so detail-oriented, though. I say this like I'm going to be drawing the weapons all the time. Weapons are to be implied. Ooh. Can I do that at this angle? I guess I can try. I might... okay. I'll make that less pointy then. We're gonna use this. It's a fleck on my porcelain skin. Oops. Now they're outside me, see, I'll fucking zoom out. Repent all your sins. Is nothing but time and a face that you lose. Try to believe it and you couldn't choose. Yeah. How do I do the rest of it? I'm just gonna freehand it. Nothing I want to say, so I'll be brave. You were what I wanted, I gave what I gave. get the vision? Are you seeing it? One minute. Something fell, so my mom was making sure I was okay. I didn't even hear anything fall. Do you see the vision? Is it coming through? And then it would like connect here. Does that make sense? Did that even look good as like a real weapon? I don't know. I am not a weapon designer. I could also do what it has like here, where it goes like that, and then it also goes. I just remembered I was gonna post like an Instagram story that I was streaming, and I didn't do that. I'll have to remember to do that next time. I was going to post like the same thing that I usually do, but then that I did on the other ones, my other socials, but then Instagram yelled at me for not being a good ratio, and so they couldn't post it. I was like, fine, I just won't post to Instagram then. Fuck you. Okay, wait, but this is going hard. Like that. That's kind of cool, right? Does it need that little thing at the top? I just realized that both this and 3D model have that. Did they always have like a little thing at the top, or is it just? No, that's just the two references I happen to be using. Okay, anyways. I don't want the scabbard to be too crazy. Hold on, I'm gonna scabbard. Okay, they're usually just like pretty simple. This is what I'm looking for, actually. Stop being horizontal, flipped horizontally. Because this fits the color scheme I want. So I won't add the little belt details quite yet. I need to come back over here. Because I want to draw the clothes first, so that way I have something to put the belt details on. kind of want to do one of those, like, indents, though. Because I saw someone that had, like, the indents. Maybe, if I have the capability of doing that. I might not. Never mind, I can't do it. I don't know how to. We can say that there's supposed to be indents. Monetary gates in the dress your husband hates, like the grave. And the assumption it's sinking by the mausoleum door. And you found you on the bathroom floor. So far. A mention of your kiss that made it so hard. Usually it's like metal. But I love a good, like, leather wrapping, you know? It's like metal or like a solid. Ooh, this one has like, oh, I want to do that. One of the ones in the Google search did like this. Go away. Yay, yippee! We can delete the 3D model now. Way down, way down, way down, way down. Okay, and then the idea is to have them put their hand around it. It might be angled wrong here. We'll ignore that for now. Let's start down here. No. Okay. Instead, I want like the palm to be resting here. That was the original plan. I'm going back to the original plan. Way down, way down. I should save. There. And then I'm going to move that all the way to the bottom too. So I have a version of the rapier saved that won't be erased. So that way I can reference the hilt again. Because I'm smart. I'm so smart, in fact, I need to take a reference picture. What's something in my room I can use? You. That's the left hand. Set it against my water bottle. I'm trying to, because it's very clearly not the right. Like that. Because I don't want to cover it up entirely, that's my problem. If my room wasn't still kind of messy, I would turn on my webcam and you can watch me try and set up this reference image. Okay, no, that item is not going to work. I had to make, for my graphic novel, I needed to make a real prop to reference for different angles. So that's what I did. But it's kind of flimsy, and so I wasn't able to like rest my hand on it properly. Nope, that's too flimsy as well. Do I still have the rods that I used? Like, rods without the styrofoam? I do! Let me get one of those out. That should help. I might have to stand up for it too. Hold on. Put that back into the craft drawer. Okay, stand up. Ah! Tell me I survived Astoria. Oh wait, this is smart actually. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. I'm using the wrong hand for it, so I'll just have to flip the picture. It might be easier if alone, all dressed up in bad news. This will be the wrong move. While you think of him. Where is Discord? There it is. Touch your face and think of her. Raise your lips to the way we were. Okay, and then let's go grab that. Starting to get hungry. So probably... I didn't even get to touch the other canvas. I spent so long trying to figure out faces. Can I... No. Waha. Bah. Okay, it's not quite the right angle for the hand. Now that I'm looking at it. But we'll make do. I hurt myself until I love it. Since I've known you're not alone when you take somebody home, and little deaths are a little less, even if just for a moment. But it's gonna be a long year until the hospital can't find hope in me. I want to do a karaoke stream again. I miss doing those. One of the reasons I stopped was because my testosterone had started to affect my voice, and so I lost the control of my voice. I have since regained that control. Uh, that nail looks like shit. I'll fix it. Actually, this nail looks like shit too. In fact, this whole finger is wrong. I need to work on getting a model done. I just want to work on other stuff, you know. You can't see when I just start fucking violently headbanging. This is my favorite fucking song on this album. This is a good album in general, I should note. I like this album. This is my favorite song though. I don't think the number, just don't think I call her. I take her down to somewhere dread and naughty. I don't need no other. This is my persona secret, she's my caller. I'll be real. The way that I'm going to be doing streams for the current foreseeable future is I'm just going to stream whatever I'm feeling like. I'm not I'm not going to plan out any streams in specific. If I feel like drawing that day, I'm going to draw. If I feel like gaming that day, I'm going to game. Where was I going with this? I forgot where I was going with that. So that's just a statement, I guess. I had a point and then I lost it. Maybe if I just keep talking about it, it'll come back to me. Mainly because I think that was one of the other things that was giving me problems before, in that I kept planning streams out and then not wanting to do those streams, even though I had already like planned for them. I died 1,000 times. I did what I had to do. This is not a natural. That being said, I do want to try and stream 3 times a week at the very least. I might leave Wednesdays out entirely. So maybe don't expect streams on Wednesdays, because that's when D&D is. And you know how it is when you can't do anything because you have plans later in the day. That's how I am. Because D&D does not take place until like 9 p.m. ish, and so I'm just gonna have Wednesdays as my free day, my like guaranteed free day. I'll try weekends as well. I'll try and stream on weekends as well, but minimum 3 times a week. And again, I do not know what I will stream. I don't want to say when I will stream, and I do not want to say for sure I'm going to stream X on this day. You are just going to have to take whatever I am feeling that day. So it is going to be very important to follow the social media. I'll keep the Twitter active because I know that I have a lot of followers on it. I don't know how many stayed. I do have a Blue Sky. I will use the Blue Sky. I have a Tumblr. Tumblr didn't really do well, so I just started posting to my main Tumblr. If you follow my main Tumblr at James Falt, F-A-L-T, you can see it there. But I want you to note that's like a personal Tumblr, so I just post whatever the fuck I want there. I will say for the time being, I would like to get a capture card that I can handle my iPad before Mizu 5 comes out, so I can stream tiering Mizu 5. I think that would be fun. I like doing my tearing streams. Uh, but I haven't gotten a capture card that can do that yet. And yeah, I'm on the iPad now, which is a little harder to set up for streaming than doing it on my phone was. But I needed to move Project Sekai to my iPad. I was running out of space on my phone, and that's not where. What's this one? And the 3.0 update had come out, and I was like, I know my phone will not fucking handle it well, because my phone was already lagging on songs that never lagged before. So I knew with the update, my phone was gonna freak out, and I was like, so that was actually one of my reasons I got the iPad, because I knew that I was going to need to move Project Sekai off my phone. And it's been great. I can use 4 fingers now, which has been a great help in full comboing harder songs. I finally full comboed a few songs that were like problems since they came out on JP, you know? For example, I finally full comboed Doppler Rock. That felt great. I finally full comboed Junkie Nighttown Orchestra. Like, these were all within the last month, I need you to know. Okay. And I can play Append songs because 4 fingers. I'm not very good at the Append songs. I've full comboed 6 of them, but they're like the 6 easiest ones. So yeah, I will say for now, tentatively, when Mizu 5 comes to EN, I'll stream it. I just can't really afford a capture card right now. Perhaps if I keep streaming actively, I will get affiliate, and that'll help a little bit. Because I'm really close to the requirements for affiliate. The only one that I am concerned about is the average viewer count. But that's just something to, like, work on, you know? Average viewer count is going to be dependent on how well I can talk to myself. Which I can talk to myself pretty okay, but sometimes I just get, like, distracted. Because I think I've been doing pretty good talking to myself this stream. I might do a stream that I want to do is like working on video editing. Because I do have this is embarrassing. The amount of videos I actually have that I can post on the VTuber channel. I have so many, I just haven't edited them because I didn't feel like it. So maybe if I stream editing, that'll help. The one that I'm thinking of right now that I need to edit, I actually need to make some assets for, and that's also why I haven't worked on it, but I can stream working on the assets for that. I just didn't want to do that today because I needed to work on, I quote-unquote needed to work on these. If I didn't work on these, I would have gone insane, I think. Is that hand too big? Yes. I don't need my reference image up anymore. If you want to know how I do that when I'm painting, I just I can't show it. I just like use my pointer and my thumb and like measure it like that and then move it to the face and then adjust accordingly. I want to do painting streams again because I did enjoy the painting streams. My problem with the painting streams is that I have really bad lighting in my room because I have to work at a very specific angle to be able to see the paintings. Do I want to draw the wings right now? Ooh. I'll do the wings last. Oh wait, I was gonna give him horns. I was gonna give him tiefling horns. Oh, hold on, you know what? Actually, I need to go get... Do I have it downloaded? No, I don't. I have to go to his toy house. Here's original Micah. This was an adopt I got from a friend, actually. Like, they had the adopt, and then they were getting rid of the adopt. And I liked the design. I may have done an art trade for it. I don't remember. I don't remember if I art traded or if I gave money. I think I art traded. Because it wasn't that expensive either. That's why I'm like, I don't know if what I did. You like how I didn't keep the horns on this design, but I needed the silhouette, so I just made them a fox. Shiranai, shiranai, shiranai. Shiranai. I still can't play this on Master on Project Sekai. I haven't tried recently, because every day that I get to it, my hands aren't cooperating. But if I still can't play Hibana on Master, I can't play this. Four fingers does not help sometimes. Sometimes it's a matter of, in my brain, registering what they're doing. a little tall. Yeah. Let's adjust the horns now. That one's fine for now. We'll come back to that one. The campaign I joined is like a steampunk, like airship, like pirate ship airship, Pirate 101, if you will. The kind of setting. The DM, she told me, because it's a homebrew. She was just like, we will make whatever you want work. So very good like D&D setup to join, I think. As a guy who doesn't understand shit, I know how to roleplay. You know, like obviously I know how to roleplay. I didn't grow up on DeviantArt for nothing. Rolling like the stats and stuff, that's what confused the shit out of me, and I still don't fully understand it. I watched a video though, because I told them I would do some D&D research. Now that I've had some hands-on experience. Oh my god, that looks. So I kind of understand, I kind of don't. We didn't do any combat during my first session, thank God. But I get the concept of like rolling for things. Yeah. So sorry, I'm like spacing out. I'm getting hungry, that's why. I need to... After I finish this sketch, I'll probably end stream and make food. But I'm hungry, so I keep getting distracted. I'm using an Azamar. I was originally gonna do Tiefling, but when I like showed the original design, everyone was like, "Oh, you should. Azamar, do that." And I'm like, "Okay." So I had to do Azamar research. Because it's homebrew, it doesn't have to be exactly lore reliant. I'm pretty sure that's how most D&D is, though. I think only some people are very like specific about the lore of D&D. Because the very concept of it is just role-playing in a fantasy setting. I'm always doing that shit. I say always, no I'm not. But I know how to do it. So like, well, technically speaking, I did Danganronpa roleplay, that's not... Oh man, art fight this year. I definitely did. I got better results than past years. The last year was insane. I was looking at it. I usually put out like 20-ish attacks. Like 20 is my minimum number. Last year I received 8. The whole month I only got 8 attacks. And so this year I was like kind of down on it. I was still going to do it. Because again, the idea of art fight is not to get free art. It's to give free art. So no matter what, I'm still going to do art fight the way I always do, in which I just go sicko mode on the fucking site. I put out 25 this year. But I received a lot of attacks this year, and it's because, going back to 100 line real quick, I made 100 line AUs for some of my Danganronpa OCs, and by some I mean 2. I have others planned, but only 2 of them had art roughs, and I went, I should just put these on Art Fight, and I got so many attacks from 100 line fans. 100 line fans like pulled through on Art Fight. I was in so many mass attacks. I've never been in that many mass attacks. The mass attacks I get involved in are mine that I draw. I had so many this year. There was even one that I found where I was drawing someone else's 100 line OC, because Nice had found them through their Uma Musume OC, and was like, oh, this person's OCs are cute. And I looked at him, and Nice was like, oh, you should draw this character of theirs because she has like little fish clips. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll check her out. And she turned out to be a 100 line OC, and it was kind of funny. So I was like, oh, I'll draw her. I'll definitely draw her now. And when I was drawing her, I couldn't figure out how to do her hair, so I was like, okay, how did other people do her hair if she's got an attacks, you know? And I ended up finding an attack that I was in, my character was in, but they forgot to put my character as one of the characters. But it was very clearly my OC. And I was like, oh, okay. This braid is kind of stiff. Hit paste instead of scale. Let's restart it. What I'm doing is I'm focusing too much on the inside part when I should do the outline first. There we go. Now this is up too high. Oh, and then having the iPad was awesome when I went to that conference because I was able to do Art Fight while I was not at home. And I didn't have to use traditional art for it, which I would have done because I did that one year. Because one year I actually went to Colorado near the end of Art Fight. And so instead of just calling it there, I did a sketchbook attacks with my colored pencils. And then I think did I change that to a cog? I did. Hold on, I actually have the design that I'm doing. It's just easier to reference the existing rough sheet. I just drew so many cogs. I can't show you because it was for a Zine piece, and that Zine is not out yet. But I just did so many. And now I gotta draw more. This is also a reason I'm not gonna line this, because I don't want to do all this. We'll be lucky if I decide to shade it. I haven't listened to this song in a minute. I usually skip it because it comes up. Here's the deal, okay? So, my playlist is every song that I like, including albums that I like. But unless I'm like working like this, I usually am listening to my Spotify because I am doing the dishes or I'm taking a shower. And in those two instances, I want to sing. So instrumental only songs do not help me. Make it a little more so it's like coming from the front. So yeah, instrumentals only songs like this tend to get skipped if I am not doing art. And I have not been doing a lot of art since I graduated. Because my music playlist was awesome for studio classes, especially painting. Oh, and then I got these new headphones. Oh my god. My AirPods have been dying for the last year. And it was fall semester. That oh my god. Fall semester that they really started becoming like a problem where I realized, oh shit, at max volume, I can barely hear what I'm listening to. And my phone would constantly yell at me for having it at max volume. And I'm like, no, you don't get it, phone. I can't hear it. And for Christmas, my mom was getting her friend's granddaughter some new noise canceling headphones because hers had broken. And my mom ended up buying, it was like the wrong kind or something. I don't remember what it was. So she spent like a lot of money on like these fancy headphones that weren't the right type of headphones for her. So she was like, hey, do you want these? I was like, yeah, sure. And I didn't touch them really until Spica, we all met up over winter break. And that's when I finally like I charged up the headphones. I was like, okay, these are noise canceling. These will be really good for the plane ride. Oh my god, I love these headphones. They're noise canceling, number one, so already really good. Number two, they hold a charge for like 2 weeks. I spent a very long time in the airport by myself. I need a note, because of how we set it up was very like I had to take two like separate flights pretty much. So you know how even if you have like a connecting flight that's one ticket. I had two tickets. I don't want to like dox anyone, so I'm trying to like explain this in a way that won't do it. But I had to take a plane to go to see Nice. I'll say that. I went to go see Nice first, and then we were flying out of her airport after that. But I had to get that separate plane ticket to go to Nice first. And the airport I flew out of for that, it only had 2 flights a day to where Nice is. So oh, the sizzle turned on accident. The flight that Nice and I were taking to then leave her state, that one wasn't until much later in the day versus to when I got there. So our flight was leaving at, I'm trying to think, it was like at like 11 my time, question mark? I got there at like 3 p.m. Sorry, two-player game is like hard to talk over, that part in specific. Hold on, sorry. You're gonna laugh when I pull up this reference, because this is a very specific reference that I use here. I had a checked bag, because it was winter. I needed to bring sweaters with me. We were gonna be meeting up for 2 weeks. I needed sweaters, and sweaters do not pack down very nicely. Where is it? So I had a checked bag. You cannot check into your flight until 3 hours beforehand. Meaning I had to wait until like 7 p.m. to check in my bag. If I did not have a checked bag, I could have just gone through TSA. Just like fine. I could have gone through TSA just fine, but because I had a checked bag, I had to check it in. I had to get the little thing. Sorry. Kojiku is my outfit inspo for this character, okay? Meaning, I had to sit outside of TSA for several hours after arriving there because I couldn't check in yet. And those headphones were in use for pretty much 24 hours. With only very small pauses. Like, when Nice showed up at the airport, I obviously didn't use the headphones. But when we got on our flight, I put my headphones back on, listened to music. By the time we got to our final location, those headphones, again, 24 hours of use pretty much, not simultaneously, back to back, with maybe 3 hours of non-use. When we got to that final destination, they were at 60%. I was amazed. I was like, these headphones are fucking awesome. Because in comparison, AirPods only last about 3-ish hours. Newer AirPods will last longer. My AirPods, because they were dying, were lasting 2.5 hours. So these headphones lasting 24 fucking hours and only being at 60. Oh. Let's just say I stopped using my AirPods unless I forgot my headphones. Because I had my AirPods on my, like, school lanyard, so if I forgot to grab my headphones that day, I could just use my AirPods. But preferred the headphones so much more. I remember when this song came out. This was like the first, like, Deco song I remember coming out. That's a lie. I remember when Delusion Tax came out. Which I think is the same album, question mark? It might have been. I don't remember. Okay. Now that I've drawn fucking Kojiku's neck piece, We are going to adjust it a little bit to fit the actual outfit that we're using. I just don't know what this is called. I was just like, I want to do what Kojiku has. Because as you can see, it's different. And I'm also going to color it a lot differently. I love this song. This like era of deco is my favorite deco. This album and the album after, I believe, are the ones that I like the most. Kirai, 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 kirai. Antibito. 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 They should be slightly... I know this is stupid to worry about because they're so small, but listen, it matters to me. It doesn't have nearly as many, I don't know what they're called. The part that does the tourney when they connect together. Is that the cog? My voice. Okay. I don't like this part. This part's going away. And that's a lot cleaner. Let me do it like this, actually. Let me just make it smaller like it is down on the bottom. You can't see me headbanging, I'm sorry. I do want to do, once I get back into the habit of streaming, I want to replay Sonic Adventure, because that was the first stream series I did. I want to replay it. Okay, these are, like, really fucking small, I'm realizing. They're, like, they don't need to be that small. They can be bigger. Step meets the rest. That is all. And in fact, this is going to be bigger too. This does not exist in this world of worlds. Every step meets the rest. I don't know what these little silvery doodads are. Or silvery. I intended to make them silver, I might make them gold. But I wanted something that was like... that covered more of the top part because of this situation. up now, gonna rock and roll in his world. His world of words, every step meets the rest. I can probably find it actually, hold on. Because it might be smart to bring it up anyways. That's not what I meant to type. Because I used a very specific image from Google Images as the reference for... Bye-bye! Because I liked the vibe this guy had. Micah's little corset kimono is important to me. Oh wait, no, he's tilted on that side. Never mind. I'll hand draw it. This character uses any pronouns, I should know, because I keep skipping between he and they. He is because I originally intended for them to just be a guy, and then I was like, nah, actually, fuck that. So I slip into he way more than she or they, simply because that was how I created this character. See, I have like a little... straight lines. Let's step back. Can I put the corset down a little lower, actually? I like that because my mic picks up the dogs barking. It just looks like I'm barking. This is a great, like, reactive for barking. Like that. Okay, now we cover the nips. Oh, wait. Ah. No, no. Sleeve might be too long. Did I do that sleeve right? I haven't actually. I feel like I haven't drawn a kimono sleeve in like forever. Sayonara wa I'm trying to find like. I don't feel like changing my Google search, so I'm like, is there like someone wearing a regular kimono in the search that has their arm out enough so I can see the sleeve? Happy, happy train to go. No one has their sleeve out. They're all wearing like what this guy has here, which holds back the sleeves, and I don't want the sleeves held back. Kimono sleeve. Oh, I'm getting those like fuck ass like traditional kimono. Oh, now I'm getting the fancy ones. I want the fancy ones. Ugh. Why can't I just find a good fucking example of the sleeves? Okay, this is better. The train to go. I need to... because it has to be more square. That was my problem. And it's definitely down too low. Oh, wait, no. There we go. Mouse at the happy, happy train to go. Go back to my Google search. Mouse at the happy party train to go. There we go. I know, technically speaking, because they use a bow and arrow, they should have their sleeves tied back. I just hate drawing tied back sleeves. I did it once. I'm never doing it again. I say that, but I will if I have to. Oh, you can't see me headbanging to this either. Sorry. That's too long. I can do... Oh my god, this angle's hard. I'm gonna go into the battle. You can be brushing up against the hip. Get the party started. Like that. Like that. And we're calling it there. It's gonna look like that. I learned how to do clothing folds from tracing Danganronpa sprites for 3 years. And by that I mean I traced them, went, this is way too many folds, and then had to pick and choose folds to trace. And that has carried over into my regular art. Gotta go battle. This is how we do it. Yeah, get the party started. I'm not looking forward to doing the belt. Honestly, I might even stop streaming before I do the belt. We might just do the main part of the outfit, and then you will see how the belt looks later. I know these corset clamps are very basic compared to the steampunk vibe I'm going for. I just don't want to do detail. I hate detail. Gotta go. So this is how we do it. This the party started. He has a little bit of the like fold showing, doesn't he? Just a little bit. Since it's supposed to be loose, I won't. Cause I didn't do it here. Yeah, because it's supposed to be loose. I'll just leave it be. Actually, I don't need you open anymore. Okay. That's too far over. There we go. I might have to pull up another reference of Kojiku. We'll see. They're very Kojiku inspired. I'm sorry. I can't help it. I just love that Kojiku has like such a casual kimono on. Trying to figure out a good way to have it split so that way you can see the pants. The pants are important to me. The pants and the sandals are important to me. I'm gonna try again. Because the idea is that, like, the kimono is staying together because of the corset or the obi in, like, the regular design, you know? Which, obviously, but, like, I mean, like, because it's so loose, it is literally only being held together in the vague kimono form because it's being tied in the middle. There we go. Like that. It's not as thick as the other side is. Hold on. My eraser doesn't work very well. I didn't look at like tiefling tails. They have tails, don't they? I should look at that. If you see them later and they have a tail, that's why. I know the design I have so far is very little steampunk. I think the color scheme will bring it all together. Boy, try a little harder. Let's go and try again. Making these more dress pantsy than jeans. The original concept is jeans like Kojiku, though. This character, I should note, this is like a Gentaro character. They were designed to be like a little prankster, a little trickster. But design-wise, I just went like full Kojiku. Because I wanted something casual. I'm getting... This is what I mean. My sketches have been fighting me for like 2 days now. There we go. Jesus. Okay, sandals. I don't want to do Kojiku's sandals. I fucking hate his sandals. He has like leg warmers. But I do want something more than what I have here. in here. So we're gonna go Google some sandals real quick. Strappy sandals. The sea's wine red. This is the death of beauty. I'm getting so hungry. I gotta finish this. I probably won't do the weapons and the wings on stream. My stomach's growling at me. We're gonna do the shoes and we're gonna stop there. Don't be weird about this lady's feet. Oh fuck, I gotta draw feet. I didn't draw toes. Okay. Don't be weird about my OC's feet either. Especially because I can't fucking draw feet. I had to take a class that was like anatomy learning and shit. Feet was the worst. I hated the feet. You can never get me to like drawing feet. I'm sorry. I keep making sandal characters and then not wanting to draw toes. That's my problem. I can't help it that some characters just would wear sandals all the time. I gave one of my DROCs, she was literally like conceptualized as a flip-flop wearer. All of her outfits, she has only ever worn flip-flops. In her most recent like redesign, which was literally the most minor of edits, like I mean redesign as in I added a piece of clothing and she wears Tabi socks now, so I don't have to draw toes. That's the best hot foot skinning. You ever see sandals in a steampunk setting? This part here is too high. It should be more like that. I want to do a new tile cover of this. Oh, that's another stream I need to do. My stream ideas have literally just been hold me accountable for things that I need to fucking finish. So like video editing, I recorded Roxy a while ago. All 3 pitches. I've otoed it for 5 minutes. So that's another stream I want to do at some point. Get me off my ass and finish otoing Roxy. I was getting frustrated because I was running into a lot of sounds I had to re-record already, and I was like, ugh, I don't want to do it anymore. Oh, this has one of those back things. Let's do it like this. Okay, and then these like go all the way down here, like that. Yeah. 1 foot down. Now for the other foot. This one's facing forward a little more, so it might be easier. Immediately struggles with the toes. Tabun. Slow motion. That foot shape's good, like the default that I did. That's good when there was actual shoes on and not sandals where you need to see the toes. This toe's not out enough. I don't feel like grabbing my fucking sketchbook that I used for that class. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've been thinking about picking up Bonzari again. It's because I'm getting like burnt out on Project Sekai, and I'm like, I could pick up Bonzari again. There's no harm in it. I need to check my iPad storage though. You smiling. Are you smiling? My problem is I'm scared to start again because I'm like these games I'm a completionist with, and I've missed out on over a year of events. I do still have the Persona titles though. I can still brag about that. Like, I have all my old tiering titles. I'm just like, oh, but I didn't tier all the other Afterglow events. That foot looks horrible, but we're just gonna make do with it. Man, I didn't even get to work on my Eitaku sticker on stream today. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. If I don't finish it tonight, I might jump to it afterwards. We'll see what the plan is. I might try the Ray Cow art again after I've eaten. so hungry. One time I told my mom that, and she said I was the hungriest person she knew. You know what? I very well might be the hungriest person she knows. I'm always hungry. This foot looks like it's been mummified. I remind myself this is just like a reference image. It does not need to be fancy. It does not need to look quote unquote good. It just needs to look. It just needs to have an appearance. Okay. Say goodbye to the nipples. They're going. This is an underrated Studio Killer song. Friday night gurus. Only one. This and Grand Finale, I feel like, are really underrated Studio Killer songs. Okay, did I erase everything? Yay! I can do the wings real quick. I'm not doing the bow, though. I can do the wings, though. Wings are easy. Okay, I had a plan to do 2 pairs. I'm trying to remember how I planned those out. Let's do the bottom wings. Because the bottom wings for sure. don't know why I was making such a big deal out of the wings. It's lining wings that I don't like. I don't mind drawing them. Sketching them is fine. I love this song. This is my favorite song on this album, I think. This and Reversible Campaign. We got Liar Dancer on Project Sekai, and I saw that and I was like, no! We'll never get Liar Dance now. Oh, you know what I should have done? One, two, 3. Hora chatte la ya ya. Ooh, canvas is just too small. I can do that without having to go to the move tool. That's awesome. You couldn't do that in clip one. I need to make the canvas bigger still, because it's still kind of tight. Okay. Do I want to do the second pair of wings? First pair, I draw wings so big that I'm like, no, we're gonna keep it to one pair. Okay, hold on, I'm gonna. I'm googling tiefling tails. I feel like that came out a little thick. It's fine. I don't want it that low, actually. Let's do it like this. Imagine I'm giving a thumbs up. If I did not need to eat, I would keep going. I am very hungry, though. When did I change my keyboard to Japanese? Okay, so we're gonna pause. Meet me at the altar. Technically speaking, I could just end the stream on this page, but I did like, I want to show off. I updated my talking page a little bit. Let's turn the background music on. Let me turn it on so I can hear it. There we go. Look, I updated it a little bit. I fixed the scrolly text. Now I can make the scrolly text as long as I want. It has a link to my Etsy, and it has a link to my itch. You can see my little talking sprite better over here. And yeah, I got the new background music. I did some updates. I do need to update the actual background of this. I don't even live in this room anymore. Because this was my room at the time I started streaming. I don't live in this room anymore. I'm in a different room. So I will update that. I'll be updating all my screens soon. I actually still kind of like my regular like gaming overlay and stuff. So like the overlay you just saw, that's fine. This screen is gonna change. I want to do a new starting soon, ending. And I need to do a new BRB screen because I lost it. I'm sure it's on my laptop, but I don't like using my laptop if I can help it because it runs so slow. But I just simply do not have my BRB screen anymore. But I want to make new ones. And those can be stream things that I can do. I can work on these like concepts on stream. But for now, this is what we got. I just want to show this off. So like I said earlier, I don't really want to plan streams out like ahead of time, because if I do that, then you know how it is when like you make plans and then you get to it and you really don't want to do it, and because you're in charge of yourself, you just don't. That's how I felt with scheduling. So I'm not going to schedule anything. I'm just going to say I will maybe stream 3 times a week. What days is unsure. Wednesdays I'm just taking off limit because I'm the type of person who will have something planned later in the day, and so I won't fucking do anything until then. And that's D&D night. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Those are possible days of streaming. I will post to Twitter. I don't have the Twitter linked here anymore because I don't want to use Twitter much anymore, but it's soulheart_spica, I'm pretty sure. You can follow the Twitter. You can follow the Blue Sky that is listed. You can follow my main Tumblr, James Falt, F-A-L-T. Those are where I will post mainly. Next time I'll also try to post my Instagram story. That will be Kanye Wes Evans. Those are where you're going to be able to find out when I'm streaming. Or just, follow the channel. And you'll probably... I don't know how it works. You'll get notifications probably. I used to get notifications for people I follow, and then Twitch decided because I wasn't clicking the emails because I was busy, it would stop emailing me. But I'm pretty sure that's a thing you can do. Another note I want to make real quick before I end. VODs are still available on the YouTube. I have unlisted them, so that way they're not clogging up the videos. They are in a public playlist that you can access on the channel. I will probably also do something like VODs will be public for like a week, and then I'll make them unlisted. I will not make thumbnails. Don't ask me to make thumbnails. If I really feel like it, I'll make a thumbnail. I'm not going to do that, though. But you will be able to watch VODs on the YouTube. They will be unlisted after a week. They are all in a playlist that you can access. And they should be from, like, the top video should be the newest. That was my channel cleanup I did. That's it for now, I guess. Oh, wait, one more thing. I will not post art directly to my Blue Sky because because I will be posting it on my main account, which I am trying to keep all my art on. But Soulheart Spica Blue Sky does have a art feed where you can see all the art, and I will repost the art. So specifically art that I have done on stream, I will repost to the streaming Blue Sky. I almost said Twitter. But they will not be posted directly to the Blue Sky. They will be reposted from my main, and you can access all that from a feed that is on that Blue Sky. Like, that is all set up already. That's it. I'm going to stream again, I swear to God. Mainly because I need money, and job search has been bad. Okay, bye.